So I'm going to turn this over now to my colleague and friend who sits next to me in the New York State Senate, and as the leader said, is the wife of a retired police officer and the mother of a current state trooper, Alexis Weik.
Thank you, Senator Rollison. And I'm very proud to be here today with our great district attorney from Nassau County. She does us proud. She works hard. She does an outstanding job. And yet, for those of us who are non-lawyers and maybe not part of law enforcement, even though we've been discussing this for about 6 years, so many people still say, discovery. What are you talking about? What is it? And with that, I want to explain. So we've heard this term over and over since the passage of bail reform. Since 2019, Democrats in the legislature have been passing not just soft on crime policies, but very, very pro-criminal legislation that completely disregards crime victims. And here we are again today suffering those consequences. Despite what has been put in the governor's budget, we don't see it in the One House. Discovery reform went into effect in January of 2020. These reforms require prosecutors to disclose evidence to the defense earlier in the case proceedings. The reforms were aimed to ensure greater openness and establish specific timeframes for evidence sharing between prosecution and defense. Let me be clear, so-called discovery reform, first, poorly drafted to benefit criminals at the expense of victims. It's led to chaos in our criminal justice system and has caused serious criminals to get away with their crimes on technicalities. It's also made it harder for prosecutors to protect the identities of victims and witnesses of crime, making it harder to prosecute those cases. Fixing discovery and protecting victims shouldn't be a political issue, but the Democrats in the legislature continue to make it part of their pro-criminal agenda. I have two bills that address some of the very serious issues with our state law. S 4617, which allows names and contact information to be withheld where a court finds that a witness victim is subject to potential witness intimidation, violence, or threats. I also have S 4634, which creates a crime of being unlawful dissemination of publication of discovery material. Let's bring these also to the floor, not just the very, as was said, very vanilla ice cream policy that the governor put in her budget, but let's also bring other common sense discovery laws to the floor. Let's get these pieces of legislation passed. Let's help victims. It's time to stop promoting criminal behavior and start protecting the victims of crime.